Hello. Thanks for stopping in. I'm doing some body work here, and I want to show you guys something. I have this little dinghy here, and this was actually a hole in the door that I fixed. And this has given me more of a problem to try to make look right. And as you can see, I put some fresh primer on it to see my little wavy marks, and the metal sticks up here, and I did dolly that down some, but it's right on the seam, so therefore I don't want to dolly this down too much, because what will happen, this will bow back and then make this seam here look worse. So I'm trying to cheat and put some filler in here and level it in, and hopefully I have this low enough where I can taper that in, and you might not see that little rascal. But what happened, where this hole was at, was right up in here. It helped if I show you. Right up in here underneath, and had a big hole, and it warped the seam here. So I had to dolly this down the best I could, and then I used some JB weld to fill it in. Now there's a couple ways I could have filled that hole in. One was to like use a rivet and then grind it in, and there's other methods. Some people could weld it, but I don't like to weld, because if you hit the metal and overheat it, and you're not quite really good with a welder, well, it would warp the metal and it would look worse. Somebody can weld good could do that and not have a problem, because guys do it all the time. I'm not that guy, and it would take my son to actually weld that, so he's not around in a lot of cases, and I want this done. It's just a small spot, so I'm hoping it will look good enough once I'm finished with it. And I found some other spots here, and this is where somebody had already body worked it before, and I just evened that out. I took their filler out and put my own filler in here. Hopefully my filler job will look a little bit better than the other job did. It might help if I tell you guys, this door is for the green gangster right there. She's a little dusty, guys. Yep, that's what the doors are for. So I forgot to mention that. I told you that in other videos, but I didn't mention it here. I just put a dust coat of primer on here to check that spot, so you guys probably see all this other fine residue I have laying here. I think, are you crazy putting primer on that when you have all that dust? Yeah, I did clean this area off right here, just enough to do this, because this is coming back off. This was just to show me the low spot, high spot, because I don't have any feelings in my fingers anymore, guys. This is really rough for me. 256, man, where are you guys at? Put their channel on. You want to see some good work. 256 Garage. You want to see some excellent body work. Well, you'll surely see it there. And I had a hole here, and I put a little filler over that, so I think that will be fine once I level this back in. But the door is not terrible. It's better than the ones we had, but this is going to have to go all down almost to the metal in spots. So I really hate that. I don't like to take anything down to the metal, because a lot of times when you take something down to the metal and try to do it right, and you're a guy like me, you'll make a situation worse. Now, one thing I will tell you is, when you do body work, if you're taking something down to the bare metal, you have to use a paper that has a little bit of coarseness to it, because if you don't, your primer won't stick. Old Terry here back in the day thought I was doing a really super job sanding on a car, and Man, I did a really great job on that. I had that thing so nice. We put the primer on it, and we went to wet sand the primer, and yeah, you guys that do body work, you know what happened. The putty, the primer just washed off. It had nothing to stick to. So, needless to say, I had it too smooth because I used a paper that had, I don't remember, 400 grit, like an idiot probably, something like that, where you need something that's going to leave the metal a little bit on the rough side. Uh, some guys have different opinions what grit paper to use for that, and it depends what kind of material that you're prepping. Because some metals are softer than others, so you have to keep that in mind. But there are things you can find out. I'm not here to give you body tips, guys. I'm just here to show what I'm doing and my struggle with it. And I would rather hire this done, believe me. This is my last roundup on the green car as far as me doing body work, I think. This to have this car how I would want it, it would need to be professionally done. I'm just trying to do the best I can with it. I'm hoping my body work is like this here. That you walk up to the car and you actually have to look down it to find the body work that I've done. I don't want it to be where you walk up and just see it wavy and like, oh wow, that's got a dent in it there, or that's got filler in it there. That's what I don't want. If it comes out that way, well, there's not much I can do about it, but I'm taking the proper steps to make sure that doesn't happen. That's why I'll wet things down once I do the body work, and I'll look at it when it's wet to see if it's wavy. And I am taking my time, more time than I should. But you know, if you're going to do something, you might as well try to do it somewhat right. That's how I look at it. But here's the thing, guys. Just doing body work takes a long time. I'm not just doing body work. I was in here last night pouring an intake, which you guys saw, modifying an intake, which takes more time than just pouring a hole. But yeah, everything I'm doing is time consuming, and I'm not the fastest guy. I don't have the best cutters, because my cutters, my carbide bits, even though they work, they're like me. They're old and worn out. And yeah. So I think some of you fellas feel the same way. I'm not complaining, I'm just saying you can only do so much after working all day and then doing this stuff at night. Because I don't know if you guys know, I retired and then I'm back working again. I have no choice. Bills have to get paid, and Social Security, they're wonderful. Especially when they don't send you your check. Yeah. So my heart goes out to you guys that's waiting on your checks when they don't send them and you don't know what's going on. They put a hold and a stop on that, but that's another segment. But anyway, this is where we're at with it, fellas. And I don't know if this viewfinder will pick it up or not, but if you look down the door here, it's very messed up right now. Somebody flat blacked it here, and this flat black has, well, let me show you, has no base to it. This stuff just rubs right through. Pretty easy. So that's not a very good paint. I think somebody just did this to maybe make the car one color. Probably had it just all flat black. And that goes around quite a bit today, like that. A lot of cars you'll see like that. And poor man's paint job. Hides some of the stuff, and a lot of the cars that do that are grudge cars where they race and they're fast. Some of them hit walls, and some guys are like me. They won't put a big high dollar paint job on something thinking, well, if I get hit, or somebody goes over the line a little bit and sideswipes me, or if I get loose and sideswipe them, then I'm out. So a lot of guys won't put high dollar paint jobs on their cars anymore. That's more popular now than it ever was, as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, with that, guys, I'm gonna get back to work here a little bit, and then I have to call it a day. I'm trying not to wear myself too thin like I was doing in the past. So my birthday is this month, and I'm starting to feel my age, guys. I never thought I would, but it is starting to catch up to me. I guess you can't just run on 4 hours sleep like you did when you were 20. I know, I keep telling you guys, I know I look 20, but I'm not. I gotta convince you guys that. You know? I don't know why you guys think I'm some young guy all the time. Anyway, fellas, thank you for stopping in, checking me out, and putting up with my nonsense. See ya, and God bless you.